Hey, welcome. Thanks for coming along, checking this video out. So today we're going to address a couple of things, and we're going to work on this bump out, neatening that all up. Someone had made a comment, and I appreciate your comments, by the way, about this possibly being inside the bump out, but that's kind of, it would be just taking up more space in there, and there will be a little roof over this, so it's completely protected from the weather. So when whatever comes off of up here, it'll come down and shed out. But I want to be able to have a quick access to plug in and not have to open the doors and or make another hole to feed a cord in there if that becomes necessary. The other thing, there were a few comments. I even got an email saying that because of the bump out, I can't turn sharply with the truck. So first thing I'm going to do right off the bat is I'm going to hook up to this baby, and we're going to go for a little ride down to the church. I built that church, and they let me park there if I want to. Well, I was the general contractor. I didn't build the whole thing. There were a lot of oh, that's a whole other story. So anyway, I'm going to go get the truck. We're going to hook up to this, and we'll go down and try it out. Oh, nailed it. So here's another thing. My neighbor, let me just go through all this. So my neighbor is a really good mechanic. He tried to figure out my trailer brakes that weren't working, why it was. And it looked like there's a control module back here near the spare tire, and it was really corroded, all gummed, not in bad shape. So we replaced that, and then the controller module in the truck where you can apply the brakes by squeezing it, we replaced that. He found one online for like 20 bucks. So we eliminated those two things, and they still weren't working. By the way, I have not tried the brakes yet to see if they work. That's going to be another experiment that we'll be observing right off. So I took it down to it's a Chevy, but I took it to a GMC dealer, and they went through it, and they thought it was a short. So I just waited in the waiting area, and a couple hours later they came out and said, no, it's not a short, it's another module. So there's 3 different modules that we had to replace. The brakes hadn't worked for my trailers for 2 years anyway, so it kind of didn't surprise me. So I'm into it a little over $1,000. That'll be another thing. I hope it works. Okay, let's see. And of course, when you put chains on, you always wrap them at least once. That's what DMV wants. That's what they get. Okay, that's hooked up. The moment of truth. First, I'm going to just check something before I plug it in. Okay, it's doing the same thing that it did $1,000 ago, but it's not plugged in yet. Praying that it works. Let me go see. It lit up. It hasn't done that before. So I'm turning the gain up. Let me just pull ahead and see if they work. So it shows that it's working, but it didn't really stop me. We'll go down the road, see what happens. It's still not so heavy, but what I can just use the truck brakes to stop. So we'll head down to the church. I want to see about jackknifing or not, how that works. And I have my drone so we can look down on it when I'm jackknifed. Okay, so let's go for a ride. All right, so we're going to take the drone up and we're going to fly around and take a look at it just to see how it looks and also see how the alleged jackknifing looks. So let's go. That looks really sharp. Somebody asked about grids in the upper window in the loft, but they're not available in a large egress window, that at least off the shelf. Anybody getting dizzy yet? Okay, that's a 45-degree angle right there that the truck is turned at. If you go any more than that, it's really not, I never jackknife them that much. But it is still, I can see 3 inches from the building to the bumper. They were clear, so I could go just a little bit more, but that's fine. So I'm totally satisfied with that. Oh, by the way, on the way down, the trailer brakes started working. They locked right up. So I had to actually turn the gain down because it was too much. So that was pretty good. All right, let's go back to the shop and we'll build something. One other little side note, I wanted to address the crack in that clapboard. It's actually not a crack. It's in the grain of the wood. I'll just go up close to show you. It's kind of like bark coming all the way through that. Okay, the next step, we'll fill out for the soffit subfascia. Already made a mark there. I can only put these on individually. There's going to be 2 of them because my nails aren't thick enough to go through 2 of these and into good wood. Perfect. And we'll do the same on the other side. Okay, I just made up a rake for the front here. It may look a little long to you because it is. Right there. Just wanted to put those on so I can get a pencil mark on each side. Just in case there's any variation, I'm writing out. So when I take it off and cut those and put it back on, I'll have it the exact, in case it's off an 1/8 or whatever on each side. All right, I'll go cut that and then we'll put it back up. So that's a highly customized piece of fascia soffit / drip edge. It does it all. I bent this for the roof, fascia, soffit, and this is a nailing fin. I loosened up the roof wrap so I can go under so that water will shed out at every step. That's a good fit. That looks good. And we'll do the same on the other side, exactly like this one. Then we can cut the bend the metal for the front. Some of you had asked how the chickens were. They're doing pretty good. They all seem to be happy. You like that? And the brooder, she just stays in that nest all the time. 4, 5. I'm going to send out, oh, mama chick's out. The big orange one there is mama chick. They're all out here. Good. Okay. And 1 egg. Actually, I think I've had taken 4 this morning. There you go, chicks. Okay, soffit fascia is complete all the way around there. On to the next step. I think it matches really well, everything. I'm going to, I think next, trim out inside the doors, the door jambs. I'm going to stain those in place. I think that would be a lot easier. So I'll do the door jambs and the door trim. So I just spent half an hour cutting this piece, getting this last curve around and trying to do it all in one piece down to there. And it should fit. I have to wedge it in between this marker light and the wall. But first, before I put that on, I've got to put caulking on there. So let's do that. Will it fit? In a little bit. Easy. Good. All right. That was the hardest one for this side. Now that I've got that, it's clear sailing up through here. I was just going to give the front a break from me. Nice. All right. Do you get a lot of spam callers? I get them like a bunch every day. All right. I'll just silicone or caulk that, and we're ready to move up and do the easy stuff. So, just for a helping hand, I started a nail down there, and down there at 4 inches, 4-inch reveal for clapboard. Ooh, that's a pretty good fit. Think you'll stay there? Stay on the other end. If anything, that's a pinch high in the middle. There. That's pretty cool. Past the hard part. That's probably 2 hours cutting around the fender. With fall weather coming, I want to make sure I get the outside completed before it snows. I am really happy with these clapboards. They're really good quality. I've had just a few that have been defective, like where I've had to cut a foot or so out. Whoa. You can't say the nails are defective. It's probably my nailing, right? Good. I know I mentioned this in earlier, or maybe I didn't, but a lot of you folks had mentioned nailing on the bottom of the clapboard instead of the top. And wood will cup or warp, I don't know, if you nail it up here, because there's nothing holding it at the bottom. So you really have, unfortunately, you have to face nail them. The manufactured siding, like cement board or vinyl siding, is blind nailed. So this may look like it's split. It's in the wood, really. It's almost like the bark coming out, like they didn't shave it down enough to get all the bark off. But it's not split. All right. So now I have to notch around the window to do fit. So this is where the bottom of the clapboard would be. So I just want this measurement down. 3 1/8. 3 1/16. Okay. So we'll cut that out. Be right back. All right, let's dry fit it, see if it fits. Looks good. Perfect. Okay, so now we'll silicone this. I think I'll stay there. There we go. Perfect. All right. There. That was the second hardest thing, was coming up around the window, and that was pretty easy. So that's pretty much going to wrap up this video for the day. Next time I will get out front more and want to really wrap that up. So if you have any thoughts, please leave a comment and hit that like button. That really helps me a lot. And as you know, if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Okay. Have a great day. See you later. Hey, good day. So thanks for coming and watching this video with me. No, you're not watching it with me. Wait a minute. I think I'm ready to put on some tunnel portal cover. Wait a minute. What are these things called?